Hello and welcome to another technical takedown the hard way. In today's video we're going to be discussing the brand new beautiful Range Rover Sport. Now hold on guys, I know what you're thinking. What on earth am I going to be speaking about this vehicle for? This is an overlanding channel and this car will never ever see any action unless it's going to be in the car park at Macy's or perhaps in the mall down at Harrods. But no, we're not going to be talking specifically about the car, more about some of the things that are going to be embellished on the car, more about the technology that is going to be new to this car. And the reason why we're talking about the technology on this car is because it's more than likely that this technology is going to be implemented on the brand new Discovery 6 as and when it comes out. Now guys, I'm not saying that Discovery 6 is almost on the way. You're talking years away. I would say within the next 2 to 3 years the new Discovery 6 will be on our doorstep. So don't worry, you don't have to think about getting rid of your Disco 5 or your Disco 3 right now. And it's more than likely, looking at the design language of this new Range Rover, it's more than likely that the new Discovery 6 will be practical, but will be less likely to look like the brick of the Discovery 3 and Discovery 4. Sorry guys. But anyway, let's get into this. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the ergonomics. The ergonomics of the car. The car, of course, looks beautiful. And one of the things that I think which will make the Discovery 6 a really good proposition is the big touchscreen entertainment unit that they have inside here. The car is absolutely incredible. Making sure that the car has good access to all of the driver aids is an absolute positive, and that is something that this car definitely has, and definitely something that will be implemented in the new Discovery 6 as and when it comes out. Another thing is the stereo system. Now guys, it's unlikely that the Discovery 6 is going to have the types of luxurious items that this car has. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a 4-seater. The boot is not that big, so I'm not expecting anything wow from this vehicle in terms of practicality, you know, which is really weird coming from a car which is bigger in size than a normal estate car. But it will have things like adaptive xenon, not even xenon headlamps, laser headlamps, which is formed by 1 million crystals that are in the headlamp, which is absolutely incredible. If the new Discovery will have something like this, it would be absolutely ace. You wouldn't need to buy tons of extra lights in order to light up the darkest of roads. If you're driving up the Zambezi and you're looking for camp and nightfall is setting in, it's something which I think most cars will have to deal with, because I think a lot of manufacturers don't really think that cars like this will be going into situations like this, so they don't bother. They know that these cars are going to be used in Chelsea or in Covent Garden, so you know there are plenty of streetlight lamps there, okay? But I think it's important for Land Rover to continue making vehicles which are going to be adaptable to any environment. The other thing that I think is brilliant on this vehicle is the filter for the air, which is great. The cabin quality, especially if you're doing a long-term overlanding expedition, you're going to want the air within the cabin to be really good. And this car has special filters which filters out every single one of the particulates. It keeps the air inside the vehicle absolutely clean, which is absolutely imperative if you're driving 6 hours a day for 2, 3, 4, 5 months at a time. Another thing that I like about this car is the ease of viewing outside, how big the windows are, which I'm hoping all Discoveries have had this, but I'm hoping that this also will carry on. This design language will carry on onto the Discovery 6 when and if it does come out. This is something which is very, very important. Another thing that the car has is the mirrors. It has a mirror, which is actually a screen, and a camera out the back, so you have perfect vision, which is unimpeded by the rear headrests, which is absolutely fantastic. Another thing it has cameras, so you can now see obstacles for each wheel. Okay, so you can park up your car very carefully, and normally this is really good if you're trying to park up your car, let's say on a street, and you don't want to curb your beautiful alloys. But of course, when you're going over some big rocks and you're trying to look at where you are going, where each of your tires are going, this is a brilliant tool to use. It also has the invisible bonnet system, so you can see straight through and you can see exactly what type of terrain your car is tackling without being impeded by the hood, which is once again absolutely brilliant. Now, this is the important part I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the system that we use. A few weeks ago, I made a video about my Range Rover Velar, and I told you about a problem that I had with AdBlue. Now, the AdBlue ran out. I tried to start the car and it just didn't start. I had to call out a technician who had to come out to the car and restart everything. Okay, this wasn't brilliant, but it was my fault. But then I started thinking, wait a minute, I'm not going to have a technician that's going to come out to me if I got one of these cars. There aren't going to be any technicians around, right, in the Namib Desert. So I have to be very, very careful about what would happen if I was in one of these vehicles. Okay, if it only takes not topping up AdBlue to your vehicle, what on earth is going to happen if something like poor diesel gets put in the car? What's going to happen then? Of course, the car's going to turn off immediately, of course, for good reason. We don't want to damage the engine. Well, the new Land Rover Defender has a system, a limp home system, which will get you home no matter what. Okay, so the system doesn't just turn off your vehicle, which is something that this vehicle also has. Okay, which is really good. It means that the vehicle itself won't let you down and it will get you back home no matter what. I think this is absolutely great, and something that Land Rover Jaguar should perhaps even apply to all of their vehicles. Another thing I like about this vehicle, which I hope they will put onto the new Discovery 6, because the new Discovery 6 is a huge, well, the Discovery 5 is a huge vehicle and could really do with four-wheel steering. This car has four-wheel steering and it is not as big as the Discovery 5. So, four-wheel steering is definitely something I'm hoping to see on the new Discovery 6 as and when. And I say Discovery 6, I mean also the Defender as well. And all the cars which are capable of overlanding, proper overlanding. But this is an advert, it's not meant to be serious. But the car looks beautiful in this advert. It looks like, I like the way it's really thrashing around in the volcanic sand. It's really beautiful advert. The car is absolutely stunning. But the reality is this: is this car a place that you would want to spend tons of time in? Definitely. From my point of view, it definitely is. And this is what exactly I'm going to be looking for in my next vehicle. I'm going to be looking for a vehicle which is going to be able to keep us really fresh in our stints. We are only planning to do 4 hour stints at a time, so this should be okay for us. But if we want to say, drive an entire day, we want to be able to do that no matter what. Mombasa to Mogadishu is something where we would have to do a long stint without stopping, and more on that later. But yes, this is something we would have to think about. Guys, overall, those are the bits and pieces of technology I'm really hoping will filter its way down onto the Discovery 6 as and when it comes out. I'm really hoping that a lot of these things will already be available on the Discovery 5 2019 version, because that car is absolutely beautiful. It is on my shortlist. Yeah, so let's hope that those things will make their way onto the new version. Okay guys, so that's all I've got time for today. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.